What's up? The Kokomo Press Podcast is back. I'm your host, Jordan Grainger, and joining me today are two of my favorite co-hosts, my brother from another mother, Brian Allen West, and my sister from another Mr. Cortni Richardson. And our special guest on the day is from Cooper's Pub. She's one of our favorite people on the planet. She's the reason we are even doing the fantastic comedy shows that we've been doing lately. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jackie Paige of Cooper's Pub. Give it up for her. She's the best, man. Every Thursday, at Cooper's Pub, we do an open mic. The party starts at 7 and the comedy starts at 8 p.m. We're usually done easily by 10 p.m. They do great things at the bar, including trivia on Mondays, on Wednesdays. They do wings on Fridays. They do fish fry. They do karaoke on Saturdays. They do so much throughout the week. They have a wide variety of things that you can do. They have a patio. They have a main bar with TVs, and then they have a back room with darts and pool and just where they do a lot of fun events. So Cooper's Pub is an exciting part of Kokomo, Indiana. It's brand new. It's hopping. There's a lot going on. I did karaoke this weekend at Cooper's Pub. It was a fantastic night. The bar was like full, dude. All thanks to our panelist today, Jackie. We talked about so much on today's episode, but before we get into that, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share it around, do all the things that you have to do to like help us be seen, because we really appreciate that from you guys, okay? But we talked about everything going on this week. Cooper's Pub. We talked about our show in Dunkirk, Indiana, and how fun it is and some crazy things that happen there. We talked a little bit about what's been going on with new movies and stuff. We talked about the new series with The Office. We talked about true crime and some of the new shows coming out, including Monsters, the Menendez brothers story on Netflix. We talked a little bit about Prime and how we saw a Prime truck. We're like, that's how they carry it? That's insane. But we also just talked about life as a whole and everything that's been going on in Kokomo. So if you enjoy podcasts, if you enjoy talking about things that are fun, if you enjoy comedy, if you enjoy bars, if you enjoy TV shows, if you enjoy movies, if you enjoy just goofing with friends, this is the perfect episode. This is myself, Brian Allen West, Cortni Richardson, and Jackie Paige on this week's episode of the Kokomo Press Podcast, baby. Woo!
This video contains adult content not suitable for children.
Yeah, man. It was a fun show, though.
I'll send it.
That's what matters. It was a fun show.
Yeah.
Like, more than anything else. Because, like, we were in Dunkirk, Indiana. That was... I
had to look that up.
Yeah.
Was it anything, like, similar to, like, Gas City? Like, size-wise?
I think it's, like, very similar, like, size-wise. Maybe a little smaller.
I think every town from Grant County to Ohio in that area is the same.
Yeah.
It feels like it, yeah.
Jordan in his set, his opener, like one of his, I don't know if it was his first opener, but he killed it with a dunk. He's like, this is nothing like the movie.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh my
I went there and I was like,
God.
Dunkirk, Indiana. I was like, this is nothing like the movie.
Oh my God.
I was like, it looks nothing like it. What are you guys doing out here?
Did you do your new one?
I did. Yeah, I did. It was not where it needed to be, but it went okay. It's hard to make a sophisticated fart joke. That's what I wrote, as a sophisticated fart joke.
It was nice.
I just wanted to write Beethoven and Dutch oven. Mm-hmm. Using those two together made me laugh.
I look like we were both kind of like, when we saw the crowd, we were like, oh fuck, just old white people, and then there were some young white people too.
Yeah,
but all white people.
All white people.
All white people.
That's usually the crowds we get. Yeah.
Why? It's not what we're
It's not really. We usually can get a decently diverse crowd.
The two guys at the first showcase sitting right up front.
Yeah.
The one that was like blind or deaf. Yeah.
Deaf at a comedy show with no we had no apparatus to like.
That's why I like Jordan so much.
Do we need to get somebody that can sign?
He was just up there like, motherfucker, where's the subtitles?
Like the Snoop Dogg or the
lady
rap concert.
Yeah.
Just
We need to
imagine
have
that.
That lady that goes off, she's like,
she's like
it.
dancing.
What was she did WAP or something, and there was a video.
Yes.
No, that was a girl doing. She was at the for what's his name? He had that one song. Waka Flocka Flame. That was the walk. Remember Waka Flocka Flame being like, and he was like, he thought she was dancing, then he realized she was signing. He's like, oh shit, and he's just dancing.
Yeah, Waka Flocka is the shit.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, that's what is it? No Hands.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Even just like on a personal, like who he is, he's like a farmer and stuff now.
Yeah,
he's a genius too.
And he's
very
super smart.
And he's voting Trump, so that's
Is he?
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he's voting Trump.
I have not kept up on his life. No.
Not at all.
No.
You don't.
I feel like a lot of entertainers are going to gravitate towards Trump because he is also an entertainer.
Yeah, it is.
I think the policy all that stuff. At this point, it's very clear their faces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not even like, Brian's wearing a shirt of a guy who had a song called Donald Trump right now.
Mac
R.I.P.
Miller.
Mac, baby.
R.I.P. Mac Miller. Yeah, but their show in Dunkirk was really good. I mean, we weren't sure what to step. It was in an old school that was repurposed into like an event center. It's called the West Lake Event Center or something like that. And we went out there, and here, I'll throw this up. This is a photo room. There's Brian Allen West, and that's the wrong one. And then let's go the other way. There's me.
Tie dye.
So, but it was really fun. The room was packed. Like Jacob Harder and those guys, Brockton, Jacob, those guys, they absolutely sold the shit out of the room. We were in a classroom with a bunch of desks. We were joking. Me and Dan West did a joke that we were playing Guess Who. Like we're just goofing. Fun. And then you and Dan were talking about Mandy Moore, which I think is bullshit because you guys should have brought me in that. I love Mandy Moore's like one of my crushes.
You were running around.
She's like one of my crushes. Dude, Mandy Moore and Walk to Remember.
Jordan's in love with the Mandy Moore.
Yeah, she knows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I've heard you talk about Mandy.
Dude, Mandy Moore is, that's what I'm saying. I think it's bullshit. You guys are over there westing it up and made me Mr. East over here by myself.
We're cousins, bro.
I know, you guys are related.
We're not cousins.
You're related. I know you guys are related. You guys have the same hairline. I'm just kidding.
They have the same habits.
The same habits, yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
If you've seen Dan's comedy, you know that dude, he likes it when it snows. You know what I mean? He likes the snow. Nah, I'm just kidding. I love that guy.
Boy.
He's funny, man. I mean, it was a good night, honestly. They were a good crowd. They were into the jokes. I'd made fun of Dunkirk with the joke in the beginning, and then I made fun of Kokomo. Like, all we got was a song, and it's like Aruba drink. Like, what the fuck? There's nothing exotic. I think the only thing exotic in Kokomo are the dancers. Like, it's not.
We're down to one club now. So.
I know. And that's part of my bit, too. I didn't do that one last night. I just talked a little. It's like, anybody here been to the Hugger? And I look around to see eyes. I'm like, oh, I see the people.
Because you knew they weren't going to be like, me.
Right. Yeah. Their wives were with them. Jordan helped me out, though, because in Gas City, I had made a golf cart joke that did really well. And then when we got there, when we got to the venue,
Gas City.
He was like, dude, look at these golf carts. Do that joke. I did that same joke last night, and it did very well. So I was really happy.
The small towns, like, they're stunting on each other with the golf carts.
Say the joke, because the joke's funny as fuck.
I was like, I always ask, I said, hey, who drove a golf cart here tonight? And they raised their hand, a man and a woman. I was like, just say you're an alcoholic. It's easy. Just admit you're an alcoholic and you can't drive.
My grandparents have a golf cart. They live in Fairmount.
They chuckled up, they laughed.
There was there was a few of them in Gas City. There was some. You can tell they got a little more money in Gas City because of all that gas or something. Because they had like nice like double wide.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, that's how they stunt on each other.
They do.
Like, they play the Smiths and the Jones with who's got the golf cart on.
See, my dad has a campground where he just keeps his camper out all the time, and they all got golf carts too.
Oh yeah.
So he had to one up them and get like one of those little mini trucks.
Oh, okay.
Those things are badass.
I'm pretty sure Gas City they added maybe road laws or something to do with with the golf
Might as
carts.
well.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea because you get in an accident, one of those things, the only thing you're hurting is your pride.
Unless it involves another car.
And you know how Gas City ran out of gas shortly after they were named that. Now they're all electric.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. I mean, honestly, like it's to change your town name like within 15 years of striking gas, and then like within 15 years later, you're completely out of gas from mismanagement, and it's like, I guess we'll keep it, whatever.
Yeah.
Now I was making fun of them on the Dan Alton podcast, so that's funny. Yeah. And then you're not from that area, but you've been in that area for a while, so you're kind of pretty well versed in it. But you're absolutely right. It's funny how we go from Gas City to Dunkirk, and Brian has this specific joke for Gas City that he can just do in Dunkirk because they're all driving those fucking things too. It actually was really funny to me.
It was a good time.
It is funny.
Yeah. Anyway, here we are, Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Grainger. Today I have two of my co-hosts. I have
Who's co-hosting today?
Courtney.
I'm
Courtney. No, it's Cortni Richardson in the house. And then Brian Allen West, of course, fresh off of Dunkirk, killing out there. And then our guest today is somebody, if you've been to any of our comedy shows at Cooper's Pub, you've seen her. She's lurking around. She's making sure you're not doing anything dumb. It's Jackie Paige here of Cooper's Pub. All right. I love it. There we go. Thank you for hanging out with us. We've been trying to do this for a while.
Yeah. I'm glad Courtney's here.
I know. This was one that I said that I had to be in.
Yeah, we were supposed to have you on a while back with Alexa, and that day ended up going wild. And then you were like, man, I really like her. And I'm like, Cortni messaged me. I'm sorry, I'm busting you out, but she messaged me. She's like, I want to be on the episode with Jackie. She's cool. So I was like, I always like that because it's better than the alternative when I book a guest and all my co-hosts are
and
like,
we're all like, no thanks.
can you see if Sean D's available?
It's always the people that I don't have anything in common with.
Yeah, I
though.
know. It happens, dude. I try to get more people in recovery on here, but
Yeah.
just kidding.
Yeah.
I love that Courtney's kind of like a novelty Kokomo presser because
I know.
sometimes she's going to be there, sometimes she's not.
I choose my
depends
own.
on what's going on.
I do my own thing.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah. We got to be careful saying that because she sometimes gets mad at me for making those jokes.
No, I'm allowed to make the jokes. You're not.
Hey, you said you were going to cry on this
I will
episode too.
fucking cry again.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
My psyche
I mean,
can't
I'll cry too if you want.
Do you guys all wanna
just
cry?
give me
Yeah,
the
let's
look.
just start crying, man.
Just give me the.
Let me think about things.
What made you? Well, I forget. What set you off to cry?
It was me.
It was him. It was just not a good day.
Yeah.
It was. I like the whole week had been like kind of hard,
Yeah.
and like my emotions and my medicine and stuff are all like back and forth, and my thyroid and stuff, and my moods have been just out of whack lately.
Yeah, like 2 days
feel
prior, she and I went and walked Target together so I could like talk her down from being upset about something. Like the funny thing is people that don't know how close Cortni and I are and how long we've been close.
Yeah.
We don't know that like we are emotional support for each other a lot of the times.
Yeah.
We go to each other with things when we can't go to other people. So like I think a lot of times you can hurt those people easier because you already feel like you share your emotions with them.
Yeah.
So you're like, how dare you? And I think I said we do this thing on the podcast all the time where we're like constantly like picking on I'll say something misogynistic or be misogynistic towards her, and then she'll call me a misogynist and give me shit for being an incel or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and
Not because you hate
Not an
women.
incel.
Yes, I hate women because I hate women.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not an incel, you know. That's something an incel would say.
You definitely don't hate women.
No, I don't hate them. I love them. I just don't like them.
Yeah.
I don't get that vibe from you at all.
No, I don't hate women. I don't think I hate women. I just
We just
dislike
have
them.
this back and forth joke
Yeah.
because I am the only woman that's part of the group. and stuff.
Essentially, he likes to come in and
You're
then
a
never talk
gangster,
to him
Yeah,
again.
I know.
Well, I'll tell you this: when we
Out
showed
of
up
all
in
the bitches I won.
when we showed up in Gas
swear.
City, we showed up and this was right in front of us, and we're like, "What the hell?" I didn't know that they shipped Prime like this. Did you guys know?
Oh my
that?
god,
God.
I thought it was.
Take out all
I was
the
like, that
kids.
can't be the real Prime.
that is Prime. It's the same font.
Yeah, they literally ship it the way they ship jet fuel.
Jake
a spout.
Paul was just on the way to the comedy show.
There's a spout
got
at the
that
end of
gas.
it, and they just take the bottles and just
Yeah. Jake
They
and
just
Logan
drive it to
hanging
the
out.
school.
Oh yeah, that's probably how It reminded me of what's that movie Idiocracy, where it's like, what's the name of the is it something?
Crocs?
No, there's a name of they give an electrolyte drink like Gatorade.
Oh
It's
yeah,
named like something like
but
that.
it's just and they're giving it to the plants and stuff.
Yeah, like I can't remember the name of it right now. My
I
brain's
can't either.
gonna.
I love that movie.
It'll pop
Yeah.
up in my head eventually, but yeah, it's what it reminds me of. So I'm like, imagine if they just pull it up to a school and they're like, we're gonna replace the drinking fountains, guys.
We got you.
Or like the movie. Remember the movie with Sean William Scott and Paul Rudd?
Evolution,
No.
Revolution, Evolution.
No, Sean William Scott and Paul Rudd, where they play,
Role Models.
Role Models, yeah, and they have Minotaur, drink Minotaur
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah.
Dude, that movie's so good.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it's underrated.
Christopher Mintz-Plasse, yeah, he kills it.
It's underrated, dude. Absolutely, yeah. And
I like that
the
Matt
side.
makes me watch movies, so now I understand what you guys are talking
Hell
about.
yeah.
Hey, I know that one.
Are you a big movie guy, gal?
So, like comedies.
Yeah.
I like documentaries and all the.
So you
Just say true crime.
Yeah.
True crime.
Just say true crime.
See, that's what I
Yeah.
know, and they don't ever talk about that. Like Matt left, and he was making fun of what I was watching because it was about John Wayne Gacy.
Oh yeah, I read all those books. Like
Yeah.
in high school, I had a little serial killer obsession.
Yeah, I
I
had
think Ted Bundy's hot. Be honest.
Not my
Who's the
type.
hottest serial killer that you like seen? Like,
Probably the Night Stalker guy.
Yeah.
Richard
the
Ramirez?
One, yeah,
Richard
the one that's
Ramirez.
like yeah, man. But he was like a sadistic.
Yeah, he's fucking
sick-
nuts.
he'd be fun in the bedroom.
There was a guy at work that
One
walked up to
time.
me one time.
Yeah, exactly.
One time.
That's what I was like sitting here thinking like, you never lived to tell anyone though.
He turned me inside out.
Literally. That's horrible. Yeah. This is this popped up on my feed the other day.
Oh God.
This is
Oh,
What,
dude.
Jordan?
What are
Or
you-
Bambi.
it happens, dude. No, like there's a hunter. It got sent. This happened in Indiana actually. The deer went to jump and pierced itself right in the heart. Like literally died from that. It's crazy. I was
it's
like,
a baby.
poor baby deer. It's a girl. It's okay, you know. We'll call those ones.
Yeah, we don't like
Makes me
them
sad.
anyway.
Sorry, I'm doing the misogynistic stuff in Courtney's here, so I can't.
Got to get it out of the way.
Yeah, we got to. I was like, that's crazy that it like literally jumped. I mean, it's probably quick then. I mean, it wasn't like it was like sat there like, oh,
They killed it
right in the
Yeah.
heart.
right on
Done
the
for,
yeah.
yeah.
That was in Kokomo or in
Indiana.
In Indiana.
Yeah, it was sent to this guy. There's a guy I follow named Steve Ranella. He's like, he does this show called, I think it's called Meat Eater or whatever. It's really cool. It's on like Netflix and shit. But they like go out and he'll like show you how to like hunt the hardest shit. Like it's wild. It's a wild ass show. Like Joe Rogan was on it, and like
Damn.
a bunch of other people have been on the show as like guest people, and they like try to get elk and all kinds of wild fucking game. And that one, he posted that one, was like, this is Indiana. I was like, I gotta put this on the podcast because this is cool. Just imagine jumping in, your heart's over. You know
I
what
watch a lot of like I follow like a lot of weird Facebook stuff, so that's
Yeah.
I see that all the time.
I just thought the juxtaposition of you guys talking true crime and then me putting up a
Yeah.
dead deer, and you guys like, oh my god, that's too far. I'm like,
Yeah.
these guys are like
It's too
murdering.
much.
Are you guys gonna watch the new Netflix series Monsters with the
Menendez brothers.
The Menendez brothers.
Isn't it on there already?
Yeah,
It's
it just popped up. I think last night or the night
I've
Friday.
read or seen something about
Yeah.
them already, but probably.
Just rich boys.
Yeah.
Do
There's
you
a-
listen to podcasts?
Yeah.
Which one?
It's honestly Joe Rogan, and then I have two that I listen to on Spotify.
Yeah.
And those are like,
Are they
that's
the-
it for podcasts. And I never even got into podcasts until.
Do you listen to the
Eric-
murder ones?
Like true crime.
Yeah.
The true crime ones?
I can't tell you what the names of them are without looking though. Hang on.
I did see where next season's going to be Charlie Hunnam, the guy from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Ed
gonna
Gein.
be.
He's
He's
gonna
gonna
be.
be Ed Gein. They
Ed Gein.
announced it.
Yeah, they already announced it, and they did a profile of them side by side. Holy shit!
Yeah.
If he loses
Really?
some weight and stuff, he's gonna.
I thought it was gonna be Ted Bundy.
Yeah, they did.
That will
They
be
did
a-
the show already. With,
I wanted Gacy though, because they did
Yeah.
that in the Jeffrey Dahmer one. They had a flashback like in one of those episodes of John Wayne Gacy. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be next season.
Yeah.
But they're gonna make us wait, and that's fine.
did you ever watch the
So
one
Crime Junkie.
Crime
Yeah,
Junkies?
that one's in Indianapolis.
And then the girl, I swear I heard her voice at the Walmart here in Kokomo.
Oh, really?
I had to ask the girl. I was like, okay, this is gonna be really random, but have you ever listened to? And she's like, I get it all the time.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
And one of them's named Elena, so it's weird that when I listen to it. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's my daughter's name.
There's another one, and I don't even know how to find it.
Well, I'll tell you this: you should watch the Kokomo Press podcast because you got a couple
Oh, no,
murderers in
no,
here, right,
yeah.
Brian?
Oh,
That's us,
yeah.
baby. We're a couple
I
murderers.
I do.
Murdering
gonna
on
kill us.
stage.
I usually don't watch it until
Mine is my favorite murder.
Inhuman.
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 Cool.
A true crime
I'll listen to that
podcast.
one.
Inhumans. I love that Marvel
Yeah.
show. Just kidding.
They're always talking about Joe Rogan and everything else.
Oh, I do
Joe
watch
Rogan.
I do watch
Matt and Shane.
Joe Rogan
And
clips.
Shane.
The hard
the
thing with
clips.
podcasts for me are that they're so long.
Oh yeah.
That's
what
why
she said.
those crime ones are like are usually about an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
it's
and-
great because
and
you
I
guys
make
can
a
watch
lot of
murder and call it a day.
45 minute
It,
trips.
it helps you relax.
It's on the night. Yeah. This one will probably be off 45 minutes. Brian's got a fish dinner to go to.
I'm going to Juicy Seafood.
Juicy seafood.
Where's that at?
Castleton, Indy, County, whatever.
Yeah.
They're good. That's the one we
Yeah,
go to.
that's-
It's over by the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like seafood. I'm gonna have to check it
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I do
Anything
have
else?
some
Any
good
more
news.
topics?
I do have some good news about seafood. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Red Lobster is officially no longer in Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Yeah.
So everybody can stop going now again.
Yeah, they're gonna bring all you can eat shrimp back and ruin it again. Apparently that's how it happened. Did you guys hear about that?
They dug
Was it
themselves
all-
in a hole.
Yeah, it's pretty wild
For
to
the
think
shrimp,
about that. Yeah, I also saw this. This made me laugh a little bit. But Flavor Flav
Flavor
celebrates
Flav.
after Red Lobster announces it's exiting. Flavor Flav, man,
He helped.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's in there just ordering one thing off every menu.
I didn't realize it was all of them. I thought it was just ours.
Well, it's Chapter 11. You know, and
Yeah.
that's like basically like we're trying to figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I think they figured it out.
I thought maybe it was just the one in town. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
the whole franchise.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about a little bit about like weird shows too, and I saw that they were doing another murderer show. Oh no, this is about Trump. Never mind. Sebastian Stan stars as Donald Trump in the first clip from The Apprentice, the movie. Can you guys believe this?
Oh God.
He does kind of look like Trump in that though, like
Yeah.
legitimately young Trump when he was on like Oprah and shit.
It's kind
Yeah.
of like
What else has Sebastian Stan been in?
He's the Winter Soldier.
I knew you would know because I didn't.
Yeah.
I figured it was like Marvel.
He's been in a shit ton of stuff, but honestly, I can just think Marvel. It's the only thing that pops in my head right now. I can't remember anything else. But yeah, he plays the White Wolf or the Winter Soldier and all that shit. So I mean, he's pretty good at that type of stuff. And then it's got the dude from Jeremy Strong from Succession. He's playing the campaign guy, which is kind of cool. You guys ever watch Succession? It's a crazy show.
If I have, I don't remember.
I started it.
It's really, if you like, okay, so I'm a sucker for like a show with good dialogue, like pithy dialogue. That's why I like Aaron Sorkin and shit like that. Like, and that show, the dialogue, if you're not, it's just yuppie New York upscale dialogue. People that think they're cool, hipster. It's really fucking cool.
Hell yeah.
Talking to that entire cast has been going on to do like I think the main guy in it. It's just a good ass show. But yeah, it's got Kieran Culkin. Macaulay Culkin's little brother too.
One of the
yeah, he's awesome.
He's amazing,
dude. He's a really great actor, and that show he's really good. But yeah, I thought it was interesting that they're going to be doing a Donald Trump. It's funny how much Hollywood hates the guy, but then they're like, I guess we can make some money off of him.
Well, I was going to ask, is it going to be?
Do they hate him?
Yeah, is it going to be mean, or is it going to be like? Is it going to be about Trump and his rise?
It kind of is. I mean, centers around the fact that Jeremy Strong is playing his like the guy that molded Trump into the biggest man and the personality. Kind of taught him how to be like, bravado and act like he's better. Like he's like coaching him. So it's like kind of how the man who created Trump type of thing. And then Sebastian Stan's playing.
I looked at the date real quick on your computer because in 3 days the Vince McMahon story comes out.
Oh yeah, on Netflix.
That's going to be fucking.
Yeah.
It's going to be big.
Well, I mean, Raw's coming. Netflix, right?
Yeah, in January.
And so get this out before it comes. I don't know. Pause.
Is it going to be about the bad stuff?
I mean, it's got strings. It seems like they're going to be getting into it, man.
They said it's a burial. And like they have The Rock, they have Hulk Hogan, they have Stone Cold. So, I mean, and WWE is not involved with it anyway, other than the legends, but. Which
is why it makes sense, because I mean they got to do it that way. The great thing is like this week, if you're into like media and stuff, I have so much movie news because it's like the new. They're doing a new Office, a female-led Office. It's got its first trailer on Prime Video if you check that out. Hannah Howard will replace David Brent and Michael Scott. It's going to be based in Australia. So it'll be the third English-speaking country. And October 18th, new series on Prime. So if you're interested in The Office and you're not scared, I know you're a huge Office fan like I am, Brian. Like, are you at all worried or concerned?
No, I mean, no, because, what's his name? I'll fuck his name up, but the creators.
Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant.
They're behind it. So it's like they're not going to put out shit. It'll be funny.
Yeah. I know we talked, there was a comedian that came to the show this week. I don't want to bust his stuff out, but he was talking about how you can't. You're a black man. It's Marcus McFly and stupid shit. How all they're remaking all these like films or whatever, and it's funny. Woman in the lead, but I've seen this lady who like I've seen her in other shows, and she has a quirkiness. Like I think she could knock that role out of the park.
You said. Back to the Future.
Yeah. It's
Back of the Bus. The Marcus McFly.
Oh my God, Brian.
I'm going to put you in the back of the bus with some baby oil and Diddy. Okay,
shit.
How about that?
Diddy's sitting in the back.
Yeah, that was some big news this week. I saw this one as well. Oh man, the internet's undefeated, dude. Yeah. No, that's a wild story. I mean, the thousands of baby oil and 784 dildos. I mean,
what do you need with? Are they all like just dildos?
Yeah, I just don't know why they went to your house to get. I'm just kidding. Your stepdad took them as well. But.
Yeah, I
know. True story. Another one of these. No, I find it very, very interesting. I do think the lady Hannah Howard that's playing the new Michael Scott, David Brent. It'll be interesting to see if she does more of a Michael Scott or like lovable and redeemable, or is she going to be like the worst person ever?
I think it'd be cool if she did her own thing.
Yeah.
Did you watch the original one?
The original, yeah. I have it on. I have it on the original on DVD and stuff.
The British? Are you talking about? Yeah, it's so good.
The OG, yeah.
Ricky Gervais is hilarious, dude.
The original Office is British.
Yeah,
British.
Yeah. It was written by Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant. Okay. They're very, very prominent guys.
Yeah, I was going to say I know Ricky Gervais. But.
Yeah, Stephen Merchant's kind of more behind the he's behind the camera, not in front as often. He's still like a comedian and stuff, and he's a guy himself. pithy as fuck. But yeah, Ricky Gervais, he's taken over in a lot of ways.
It's hilarious.
Oh, dude, yeah. Did you watch any of his other shows?
Yeah, I watched. What was that show?
Afterlife.
No, I heard that was good. I watched the one on Netflix where he was mentally.
Derek.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's good. He plays a mentally
Made
challenged
me cry,
guy
made me
that's
laugh. It was so good.
Yeah, it's very good. It's like The Good Doctor, but a little bit not as good.
It's quirky. Yeah,
yeah, it's very quirky and
I'm
very
gonna have to.
exciting things are happening at the Kokomo. Exciting things. Not only do comedy shows once a week, videos, funny satire, but now you can support us. Shop. KokomoPress.shop. You find a t-shirt, you find a hat, maybe in the future some stickers and some posters. You go on there, you from us, and percentage of to us and help support what we do. We appreciate every person who subscribes, does all that. KokomoPress.shop and you buy something, we'll know who you are. You send us a photo of it, we will post it on our page and shout it out. Thank you so much. Go to KokomoPress.shop, buy all your shirts and hats needs, and support the Kokomo Press. Thank you guys so much. KokomoPress.shop.
I am too.
What am I watching? What We Do in the Dark.
Yeah.
That's what I'm watching right now.
What we do in the shadows.
What we do in the shadows.
What We Do in
Yeah,
the
I was like, that sounds right, but that's a
Energy,
good one too.
Energy vampire.
Yeah.
That makes fun of
Stephen, isn't Stephen in that or part of it?
Look at you.
We're so proud of you.
Mark Proch is the energy vampire. He's so funny.
It's hilarious.
A good show. It's a good show.
I'm on season 2, I think.
Season 2.
Because I watch it while I'm working.
I actually have never watched it. I've mostly just watched clips. I want to get into it though because like the dude, I can't remember.
You
his
love
name
that
right
guy.
now. Dude, I love his clips. Like he makes like that guy. He plays Cogsworth in the new Fallout show. Remember he plays? Yeah. I can't remember his name. My brain won't let me figure it out.
I can't think of his name either.
Very, very funny British guy who like overacts in a way that makes you laugh. Yeah, buddy.
I just download. I have no signal. Download an entire season and then I just watch it while I'm there. And
that's what I used to do in the Navy. On an old iPad video. Yeah. Not the touch, when it just had the tiny screen. I'd just be like
a BlackBerry.
Yeah. Just be watching it like this close, like, wow, man.
Like
HD.
an iPod?
Yeah, like an iPod with a little screen.
Technology's gotten so far.
I know. Our phones are just like, oh, I'm like, fucking, it's not working at work. What the hell?
Remember when they said we wouldn't have calculators in our pockets?
I know.
Those fucking liars.
They're liars, dude. I do think this is an interesting story that popped up this week. Inside Out, 2 sources say there were notes from leadership to make Riley seem less gay.
The
Inside Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, I guess the second one, she had a really like close friendship with a girl, and they're like, too gay.
She did. It was like a hockey thing, and she like looked up to her, and I like said something to my wife. I was like, "This is like undertones," and she's like, "No," because I don't know. You can take it how you want, but there's like some.
It was pretty gay.
Pretty gay. I love
Buzz Lightyear. I think. They're playing hockey. That's why. Girls playing hockey. You know what I mean.
Well, she was from Michigan or something where that's normal.
Yeah.
It's culture.
Where that's normal. I'm just kidding. No, it's very funny.
That's probably normal too. Who knows?
Scissorkin? Scissorkin? I don't know. Michigan. I don't know. I give up. I'll fucking own it, dude. I'll own it, dude. I don't care. Now, speaking of true crime, did you guys see this one? This was an interesting one as well. Mrs. Switzerland finalist decapitated head was found by her father after being pureed in a blender by husband.
What?
Yeah, this is crazy.
I did hear about that. I screenshot a TikTok that like had it as, I don't know. I have a bunch of feminist TikTokers I follow.
Men are the worst. They kill your head. They cut it off.
So I was like, ooh, I need to look into that. That's freaking insane.
Apparently, her just got sentenced and everything.
It was I thought it was an ex-boyfriend.
I thought it was an ex-husband, right?
This is why we choose
blender
to bear,
by husband. Miss Jordan
okay.
finalist decapitated head was found by her father after being pureed in a blender by husband. I guess the father had reached out and been like, "Where's my daughter?" And he was like, "I don't know, dude. I don't know."
Heads up, bro.
Heads up, yeah. I don't know, dude.
The the husband, an Olympic.
Yeah. Well, they're both athletes. Yeah,
Yeah.
not athletes. She was like, they're both like prominent. Like
Yeah.
he was an Olympic athlete for the country. I don't think he ever athlete. And then she was former Miss Switzerland.
So sad.
Well, there was also another case of the Olympic guy, the Blade Runner, the guy that has like legs.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? He
Roger,
killed his wife.
Pistorius.
Yeah, he killed his wife, and then
I don't think pureed was a good. Like they could have left that out.
Yeah, I don't know who is. Unilad likes to go in.
Okay.
I like them a lot because they like will do weird stories and wacky stories, and like New York Post and stuff. Like I'll pull them because they're fun topics for the podcast. But it's fun to talk about decapitated heads.
Yeah.
True crime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like worried about the wording, and meanwhile she's like, I'm listening on the way to work to like fucking murderers. And I'm like, been called out twice. First for a deer, second for a story.
We can do murderers. We can't do smut though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Smut.
Yeah.
Smut.
It's gross.
Yeah, I don't know. Like smut isn't smut nudity. Like what is smut?
Like books.
Salacious, like
smut's
writing.
like nasty.
Sexual writing in books and stuff.
So everybody who
Like
writes fan fiction. Okay.
Lady porn.
Speaking of new movies, I guess Kathy Bates said she would never play Elon Musk in a biopic. This doesn't make sense. They look just alike.
That's
I don't get it.
hilarious.
And they're literally twins.
I love
That
Kathy
poor
Bates.
woman.
She's so
I
good.
love her.
I love Kathy Bates. What was the show that I think there's only 2 seasons that she did.
Ooh,
It's like it's a dispensary.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
What's that called?
Fuck, I remember it was on
I
Netflix.
love her in
It was
that.
good.
It might even be called Dispensary or something like that. I know.
It was a funny like.
She was on The Office for a minute.
Yeah.
Very funny on there.
There's a
and
couple
then
other comedians in that.
She's got a new show. She got Matlock. They rebooted Matlock with a woman.
Are you being
She's
serious?
playing Matlock.
Okay.
Swear to God.
I
Pretty crazy.
love that.
She's playing Matlock. But it's
love
self-aware. So she's like, yeah, Matlock, like the old TV show. And it's like, get out of here,
God.
Kathy. You're Murder, She Wrote. Am I right? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell, dude?
Real quick, did you watch the trailer of the new Office?
No, I haven't. I actually
I'm gonna watch
haven't.
it after we're
I know.
done.
I want to. I feel like I probably should have put it on here, but at the same time, I was like, I'd seen it, and I was like, oh, Brian's gonna be on the show. I know he's huge. He and I do offense reference to each other all the time.
All the time. I love
Yeah. I'm like, fax me a picture of your dick. That's the
Does he
office.
do it?
He
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
He does.
I wanted to get one. I wanted to get like. Do you remember the episode where everybody in the office had a coffee cup except for who was it?
Jim and Dwight.
Yeah, they didn't get a coffee.
Kelly's America's Got Talent party.
Yeah, and because they're assholes and they're or whatever. And then I wanted to get one of that exact mug with Stanley on it and be like, I got my Stanley cup, like, just to be a goof. You know what I mean?
funny.
But then I saw somebody else did it. And I was like,
Oh. They're always
You got to be
stealing the good
quick.
ones.
You got to be quick.
the internet's hard, dude.
Yeah.
We write
you
jokes.
have to be quick.
When we're writing these jokes, man, I'm telling you, it can get really dicey really quickly as far as like trying to like make good content because like the other day I wrote a joke and then I ended up messaging like 3 dudes that I was friends with and I was like, do you have a joke like this? Do you have a joke like this? And all of them were like, no. And I'm like, I know somebody has something similar and I don't want to be the same. And they're like, just do it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
And then you do it and you get called out.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it sounds like
It's because
you
we
stole it
could-
from such and such.
well, this particular comic tried to call out a bigger comic. It was we had a very weird harvest fest, man. Not trying to like bust anybody out, but it's always weird when you do like a material, like even like crowd work or something like that, and there's a similar premise, and people real quick will be like, oh, "You took my shit," you know what I mean? And it's like,
It's
I don't
not
think
what
so.
it. Yeah.
hard.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I don't think
And if
so.
they did, I mean, if they don't nail it, what does it matter?
Yeah. If it's not gonna, I mean, I think you fucking nailed it. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about Cooper's Pub
Yeah.
here. This is a beautiful sign.
Oh, that is a
There.
recent
Yeah, I just took
photo
that.
too. I see the Coralejo there.
It's actually a video, but I'm just kidding. I took it the other day at the. We do our open mic there. If you guys haven't heard, we do our open mic usually outside on the patio. Lately, we've had a pretty good run. I don't know.
Yeah.
This rain's kind of scaring me, but we've
I
had
think
a pretty good run.
like 2 or 3 rainouts where you had to move it in.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, we haven't had too many of them.
Had a
We
pretty good record.
Yeah. Honestly, I think.
And even the heat this summer's been mild.
Yeah. We had one day where
Except for that
Courtney
one
wanted
day.
to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing outside?
I was dying.
I know. I told her we could all. I mean, to be fair, like the heat's been bad for everybody. Even a good friend of ours had to deal with some stuff recently. If anybody knows who that is. Oh, did you see it right at the end? He's outside mowing and stuff.
What's
with
people's obsession with that guy?
the mics? Because okay, so you came late. You're
Yeah.
late to the party. There was a picture that a girl who worked at Mike's Pizza put out of him in the kitchen working on cleaning the oven with his shirt off.
Oh, okay.
And it got put out there.
I've
It
heard
blew
about
up.
that.
Brian and I,
Viral.
Brian had an idea like we should go out there and do it, and you should pretend like you're a son or something. And so I did
Italian
Mike
Mike.
Jr., Italian Mike Jr., and we went out there and we shot a video, and it went fucking bananas on Facebook.
It hit,
Yeah.
And then shortly after, they said because of pressure from social media, they closed down. So then they kind of blamed us.
We got
Yeah.
blamed for it, which
Yeah.
is bullshit.
Well, we were joking.
I didn't know that you guys got blamed. I did hear about him cleaning a grill
Yeah.
topless. That's
Apparently, he was
intense.
treating all of his employees like shit too.
That was another.
That's what I heard more than anything, because being in the industry, you hear like what other places are like, who's, real strict or.
Yeah, I don't want you to call anybody out, but I've heard a lot. I mean, Yogi's Pizza, there was a lot of calls on that guy.
I won't order that anymore.
Yeah, I think he sold the business to some of the workers there.
Yeah.
Like the group of them. So that's nice.
Jackie sexually harasses her employees. It's a cycle. It's like
it's an endless cycle.
If that's going around.
I'm kidding.
No, they fucking sexually harass themselves.
I didn't do shit.
Yeah. I'm sitting outside the other day and one of the fucking bartenders comes out and is like, I just came out here to fart.
Oh my God.
She's a girl.
Yeah.
She's like, I came out here to fart. And I'm like,
I already know.
But I'm like,
bless her heart.
Yeah, bless her little
Bless
heart.
her.
Bless her fart. Blessings to her farts as well. Okay, more fart jokes. Okay. No, but I mean we've
I guess
heard
it's
that.
Probably better that she doesn't hold it in.
Yeah.
Could be like cause some crankiness towards people and stuff.
I mean, I always felt like she's full of hot air, but that's just me. But that's the end of it. That's
good.
The end of that. No, it's you hear, like you said, you do hear a lot. Like we kind of, because we run the page that we run, people think that we're like a smut factory and they want to give us all the juicy, gossipy details about everything.
I bet.
And they want us to call people out all the time.
That was not the correct way of using that word.
Smut?
Do this.
I don't fucking know. Do I look like
So how do you guys like vet stories and stuff?
if we
think they're funny.
If we think they're funny and we can corroborate them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes it's like a corroboration issue. Like I can't just take somebody's word.
Well, yeah.
Like we had a big story a while back that like we got reached out by multiple people about a certain boxing coach that was like touching kids and just stuff that
Yes,
yeah.
I do.
And
I got someone reached out to me about that because of an incident that happened just before the call out, which is insane. It was like the timing was crazy.
I do want to go on record and say he did beat those allegations.
Did he really?
I don't know.
Okay.
He just wanted to do the pun.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where they want us to like call people out on these things, but we have zero proof that these are real.
Yeah.
And if people find out that we're the ones that posted it, they're not going to believe anything we say anyway.
Well,
or they're going to come for us and say that we're fucking lying about it.
We have to worry about slander and libel on something.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we have to do a lot of things, like make sure that we don't piss off an entire school system, Brian.
Brian.
Certain people make certain jokes that I think these people deserve an apology, Brian. You want to give them their apology they deserve?
I just want to go on record and say that when I wrote that Facebook post that you're talking about, I did take some Ambien before. I had some Ambien before I wrote it, so I wasn't all clear-headed. And
Is this the tornado one?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I don't think it was a tornado. I think it was just gust of wind.
It was just gust of wind. Nobody got hurt.
My ex farted near there, and
it was one of those like everybody saw that the post that was originally posted and like the chatter was that the school posted.
Yeah, and you and Jordan Bell didn't help because in the comment or in the messenger you were like. You guys were like ashamed of me.
No. I showed it to Matt and he looked over at me and said, Cortni, these people in these comments are getting really mean.
Oh, yeah.
And then I started reading them and I was like, guys, I don't want them to come after us like they usually do. And then that brought in like you and Jordan being like, in the comments, like...
didn't know. I was cooking dinner. I didn't have my phone out. My phone was at like 5% when I was messaging you. It died while I was talking.
It was right after I talked to you about going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
So I was like, I knew you're not paying attention.
Oh,
Brian's at home like...
He's at home fucking nursing a boner.
I get high off that stuff for some reason. Well, I didn't say anything.
It's fine. It's fine. The joke is fine. And it's one that we regularly make about the school.
Well, let's be honest. It was unnecessarily mean to kids. So like I understand why people can get like upset about that stuff, but like my big thing with it is like I get annoyed when we can make jokes about like the worst things, and then all of a sudden it has a little bit to do with something in your life, and all of a sudden it's too far. And it's like it's only too far when it pertains to you, and it's like be ideologically consistent with what you think is funny or not. Like I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, I don't want to say it, but somebody might have called me out for like cope. I guess they're trying to say I'm doing like a cope thing. The weird thing was like calling me an edgelord and stuff. I didn't write the joke, so it's weird to like be like, oh well, once you write a joke, you should own it. And I'm like, I have 4 people. There's 4 people involved with this page. Anybody could write a joke.
It was me.
Yeah,
I did it.
Brian,
the whole time.
He waits till
Just
he
blame
knows
them all on
his
me.
comrades are like busy cooking dinner at the grocery store. He's like,
No,
I'm
what
doing this joke now.
What they do is they were all on off shifts. I was the only one on day shift, and they would schedule. This is such bullshit. They would schedule the post. They wouldn't let me read them first or anything. They'd be like, I'm dropping a post at 10. It'd be 10 o'clock. They're all asleep because they worked midnights, and I'm awake by myself getting fucking attacked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, wake up, I can't do this.
Or as we call the good old days.
I miss those days. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
When I was the only one that had to deal with anything.
I'll still like whenever he like says something about whole like you really shouldn't have put that, and then I'm like right in my head, my first thing is like, bro, you made a joke about boys' pants being half off. Tell that story real quick. That's like my favorite.
Dude, that's Kokomo Scanner 2.0 days. Like I was testing boundaries a lot, but like, so there was a Kokomo Scanner report of a handicapped guy had come up and like inappropriately touched a kid at Goodwill.
Oh.
Yeah,
And so I just put on there, I was like, everybody hurry, get to Goodwill. I heard boys' pants are half off. Like,
It's so funny.
it's an old joke, but like it was like and I just remember Brian, like the comments being like, it only did like 25. Like most people just ignored it. Like it didn't blow up in like the way that
I don't think enough people saw it.
I remember Brian being like, dude.
I was dying.
The comments every time, because they don't ever tell us what they're posting.
Oh yeah.
So in the comments we'll be like, what the fuck, guys?
Oh my God.
Dude, I always know when a joke is like borderline when
Like this one's
Cortni or
gonna-
Jordan or somebody in the crowd's like, yikes or
Yeah,
something.
George. Yeah.
When our group chat is popping, because what happens is we're like, see, it's a simultaneous thing. Like you run a page that you
Yeah.
probably, I don't know how many people do you guys have involved on the page? Is it just you that posts everything?
It's just me.
Okay, I wondered because like if you like for us, what happens is like if Brian makes a post or I make a post or Cortni or whoever makes a post, the other 3 deal with the notifications as well. So we're all 4 like boom, ba-da, boom. Our phones like get like herpes. It's just buzzing, and it's like we're okay. Here we go. Brian and I have had so many instances in the past, like when we did our troll page with Consumers Against Tipping, where like
Oh my God.
I would take an hour-long nap and wake up to like 2,000 notifications.
Yeah.
And it would be like my phone was on the fritz. Like I feel like at one point my phone was dying like a quarter through the day. Like I couldn't even keep my charge going.
Shit.
Oh my gosh.
It's like I needed to turn off notifications, throw my phone into the fire because it was just. But like,
Uninstall the app.
is it weird? It's definitely weird probably for Cortni because we look at Cortni kind of like our den mother. Like she's like our team mom. She like keeps us in check morally, but also we're just the most immoral motherfuckers in the world. So
Yeah.
it's like
It's bad.
it's an impossible task for her to deal with.
Well,
I do more than what it looks like.
Yeah. That's why I've been trying to give her more credit on posts lately. Like, shout out to Cortni for doing this.
She does a lot, yeah.
Because she does more than people know, but she's not like a stand-up. So
I don't
like,
do the stage things.
yeah.
yeah.
I'll be loud in front of people that I know, but like I don't want to get in front of people.
Yeah.
Dude,
you're great to have on the podcast. The
Oh,
ones that
yeah.
I've seen that you're on, you like
Yeah.
you're the little rounder upper.
Yeah.
And she's crying. No, like you had a really funny joke last night in that post I had with Dan West. Like it was a callback joke. Like I posted a photo of me and him playing in a school playing Guess Who, and Dan talks about on stage all the time about how he had to be he was a substitute teacher for a while, and the joke is
Something about wanting to be back in Iraq.
yeah, and she said I bet he wishes he was back in Iraq right now.
That's good.
And that's like part of his joke is he's like I'd rather be back in Iraq than deal with these kids. So it was just
he was
funny.
in a
It was
school.
cool.
So
It was a good call. It was a funny joke.
I'm funny.
A lot of
but that's-
veterans say they'd rather be back in Iraq
Yeah.
than like the most nonchalant situations. Like, really?
Yeah.
This is what's doing it for you?
Eric.
Yeah, I swear.
Just kidding.
Like Eric would rather be back in Iraq than serve like a table of 4.
I swear. One person comes in and sits at the bar. He's like, oh my God, take me back.
He's gonna listen to this and be like, "Damn, I'm getting lit up in the comments." You guys did your like, okay, so I don't think it's your first ever, but was that your first ever hip hop show that you've done since you've been there?
Yeah.
So you guys did your first. How did it go?
It went really well.
Yeah, very exciting.
Of course, I like was ready to tap out by the time they got there, but
Yeah.
I stuck around and actually got some videos sent to me of like the ones that I missed that I wasn't there for. Larry, the producer's big time in Cooper's. Like he's an actual friend and
The homie.
has been supportive of me and the pub since he's A1 since day one. So.
Yeah.
Just having him there like made me feel completely comfortable with, whatever was going to happen, and him vouching for anyone to me is like gold.
Caleb's a good guy too.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
He's been doing comedy with us.
Such a nice guy. Yeah.
He's very motivated. He's a motivated guy.
He is. And he was the original one to reach out to me.
Good.
And it's been forever ago too. I think the first time he reached out, I was just like in a spot where I didn't even have time to address doing any live music, let alone rap and, because
You guys are doing all kinds of stuff in there now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a psychedelic band too. How did that go?
That went really well.
So we couldn't get back in time because we were in Dunkirk and I wanted to get back in time for that, but we didn't. We made it back in time for karaoke.
You guys had a band last night?
Yeah.
Further Reflections. And they're
I think they came to the record store. It was like a psychedelic band.
Yeah. The Maddox, the keyboardist and singer, is 20 years old. Like, they just are trying to do like a late 60s thing.
Yeah.
The psychedelic, style of music. And they were all on point.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean,
it sounded great. I could hear him in the basement.
I mean,
it was really nice to hear that alley just rocking.
I mean, you guys.
It was outside.
Yeah, yeah. Between like all the things you got, between comedy, you guys have comedy on Thursdays. You guys had a hip hop show on Friday. On Saturday, at a Psychedelic Man, and then you guys ended the night with like karaoke in the back. I was talking to you because we had stopped by after Dunkirk because we had a little time. Me, Brian West, and Dan West, his cousin. We all stopped inside of Cooper's. And I did a couple of karaoke songs goofing off, and I stopped Jackie at one point, and I was like, it's crazy how in one half of the bar,
Saturday?
Hold on, it's crazy, and in one half of the bar, they have people doing, like, watching football, like, because it's that season, like college football, and the other half of the bar, people are doing karaoke, and it's like it's two separate bars at once, and it kind of, you can do both environments, and then you can go out on the freaking patio and watch a band play, and it's like three separate environments.
Yeah.
So the fact that, like, three different things can be happening in one place, it just gives, like, a different mystique to Cooper's. And you guys, like you were saying, you guys do karaoke like every Saturday.
Every Saturday, except for the last Saturday of the month, we have Larry.
Yeah.
And he just brings all the
whenever
vibes.
we do a showcase, we're like, get out of here, people. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Or comedy showcases.
Yeah, at which I do want to announce we do have one coming up.
Yes.
You want to talk about it a little bit, Brian?
October 26th.
Hell yeah.
There's still details we're working on. We don't have the card made yet, and we have a big surprise that we want to make sure that we've talked to get it nailed down first. But once that happens, it'll be cool. But yeah, October 26th, it's going to be a Halloween themed show. You can dress up. There's going to be a costume contest.
Yep. Courtney's in charge of the costume contest. Called it. Courtney's going to be leading the charge there as far as like
Does that
making
mean
sure
I can't
people
win?
know.
This town's
my
never been
costume's gonna be
sluggier.
the
Yeah, you
best.
can't win.
I already know what yours and Matt's costume's going to be, and you guys would win and so I'm not going to allow it to happen.
Is it good?
It's good. I don't want to ruin it because it's going to be funny. It's very, very funny. They've already been working on it, which I think is fucking bullshit. I'm just kidding. That's awesome. It's awesome.
I put a lot of effort into my Halloween costumes because I have to do like 3 a year.
I know.
Right. And I started talking to my kids, like, what are we doing, guys? We got to...
See, I have to do a themed one with my kids.
Yeah.
Then there's usually a show that I have to go to. And then I have to have a slutty one too.
Yeah.
Just in case. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The slutty one. I think
the last two Halloweens at Cooper's, epic.
Yeah.
We're going to have a big one this year because we're going to be pushing hard.
They've been our, like, biggest nights.
You showed me a picture of a couple of gals.
Oh, yeah. I had to take that off Facebook.
Like that.
Real
What'd you call them?
They're BBWs, man. They're
BBW.
You know how Drake likes them.
beautiful. But look, they showed up in, like, you could tell they put a lot of time and money and effort into these costumes. I was taking everybody's pictures as they were coming in and posting them to Facebook Live as they were coming in and tagging them. So because everybody wanted a picture of them in their costume. Plus we did a costume contest.
Yeah.
And these three girls came in. I'm like, y'all are fire.
Yeah.
So I said, well, let's get your picture. And they just immediately went into like a pose.
Yeah.
And as soon as I posted it, it was like is this the establishment you guys are trying to be? And
It was a bit
What was
cheeky. It was a bit cheeky. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
Give
it was all
yourself
cheeks.
I get to.
It was their butts.
Oh, yeah.
What were the costumes?
So one girl squatted down in the middle, and then one girl had her leg kicked up on like the pool table, but from behind, looking over her shoulder, and then the other girl was,
And I was laying down in
What was
between
the
them.
costume? Or they just looked, they were just dressed up.
I'm showing you.
I don't
Hold on.
remember.
I gotta,
There's only one Halloween
saved it?
costume. Women have one Halloween
Yeah.
costume, and it's slut plus.
I put it in
Yeah.
the spank
Whatever.
bank.
I love it though. It's the best time of the
He
year.
said he put it in the spank bank.
That's the name of the album he always sends me. Hey, bro, I got a new one. You got to check this one
Got
out.
a new one.
Yo, what is up out there? My name's Hypocrisy Jones from the In Your House podcast and the Kokomo Press, bro, and I'm here to tell you about a party, bro. November 30th in Kokomo, Indiana, it's going down at Outhouse Records as the In Your House Wrestling Podcast hosts a live house party, bro. This is to celebrate and watch WWE Survivor Series War Games, and bro, we're about to make it lit. This is going to be the best wrestling party that you have ever been a part of in your life, bro. We're going to have wrestling games. We're going to have wrestling karaoke, wrestling themed costume contests. Bro, we're going to have prizes to give away, over $1,000 worth of them. Bro, it's about to be lit. Kokomo, Indiana, November 30th, Outhouse Records. Be there for the party, bro.
Hell yeah.
Courtney's like, that's not bad.
It's not even that bad. It really isn't.
Courtney's trying to make sure it wasn't her.
Worse.
Courtney's like, not me again.
No, it wasn't bad at all. They were covered. There
I
was
mean,
no.
the pose is
There was
obviously
nothing
not.
exposed.
But no,
it was
that's
just
fine.
like this much butt cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because I have a stage joke. I talk about how we used to have like some
I had
strip
more
clubs
ass
in
out at
town.
Harvest Fest.
It's West Woman every time. You do. You always have your ass
Telling
out.
Brian
That's
about
true.
that is how I found out that Brian likes,
BBWs?
yeah, thick girls.
I love thick girls.
The kind of
Man.
No,
I'm sorry,
you love
I
your
lost
wife.
weight.
No, my wife's thick.
I know.
Yeah, I
BBW.
love thick girls.
But you,
No, I didn't mean it like
you appreciate.
Yeah, I appreciate.
Its category
I
on
didn't mean
Pornhub
You say
was
love
BBW.
for your wife.
Yeah.
BBW.
I love my wife. No,
I know you do.
I love my wife.
She loves you too.
Yeah, yeah.
She's a
Thick-
sweetie.
But yeah, I am. If I had to pick between a skinny
Okay.
gal or a
If
big
you had to
gal,
pick me now or me when I was fat.
Oh, putting
bring on pre. No, I'm kidding. No, I respect. I mean, I think you look great both ways, but I'm just saying it's like
Yeah, yeah. Brian likes the thick.
I tell people all the time how good of dudes you guys are.
Aw.
Because literally, like, even this conversation right here, I mean, you guys have always been nothing but respectful towards.
Yeah.
But you crack jokes. Some of them are good. Some of them are like,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
the noise.
That one. I know which one you meant.
But, genuinely good guys.
Yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, it's something that you said is like we are family men.
Yeah.
We have we have women, we have
Yeah,
kids.
kids, yeah.
We have other women on the side. I'm just kidding. It's not true. It's not true. I'm not just joking.
that's-
just joking.
Part of that.
Yeah, no, it's
No,
part of the
I'm just kidding,
lifestyle.
yeah.
Courtney's looking at me like, you're gonna get beat up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
get beat
told
up
Matt,
later.
you left your Listerine in the car. I was like, sorry, he took it out when we were making out in the car on the way to.
No, I said it fell.
don't make stuff. Don't say that shit. No.
Hey, Jordan Bell. Jordan
he
Bell
says
is
it
part
to
of that
me.
too.
Yeah, he's also a good guy.
I don't want him to feel left out.
Yeah, he's
But
also
he's also a great guy.
I'm also
are we
a
talking
great guy,
about?
right?
Yeah, Courtney, best one.
I'm the best
Who are we
guy.
talking about? Oh yeah. Oh, we're talking. Corden Mel.
That color boy. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that fucking motherfucker. Nobody gets the reference. Nobody gets the reference.
You can't say that because nobody.
The DJ last night at the show said some shit to me that I was like, I said I have that bit where I'm
Was
like,
it?
fucking, I have the face. People think they can say weird shit too. And he was like asking me, who's the next comic coming up? And I was like, and he said his name's Calvin. I was like, oh, he's the guy with the hat. And he was like, is he that? And I was like, whoa.
Oh no.
I was like, I know I'm in BFE right now. Everybody there was super fucking nice.
Yeah.
And then the one guy has to say something that I'm like, God, now I got to tell somebody because if I don't,
Why can't
then
they
I feel
just
like
say
I'm
the
behind
color?
it.
Why can't they just say the color? Why do they have to say
Black. Just say black.
Yeah, just say black or brown.
Or brown. Or just
I
say
think-
that dude. You know, the
Yeah.
guy, you don't know.
It's probably just like a cultural thing. Like
It
they
is.
don't have any there, so they don't know.
And honestly, that generation that started saying that
Yeah.
was their polite way of saying it. And it's
Yeah.
just like, oh God, it's still so bad.
There's a
It's
stigma
very
for
cringy
sure.
to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's rough, man. Especially when that's a joke that actually the thing we had two people of color, 3 people if you include Brian, if you know he's got a tan going on right now. But we had a guy a black comedian who was on stage, and he does a joke where it's like, you guys. I'm here, you guys finally seen one. Obama's here. I'm just kidding. It's like.
Well, even the show in Gas City, there's a guy with a rebel flag hat, and they were up there making jokes about it.
They were awesome.
They were awesome.
And like normally in that situation, you would think the guy would be like all offended about it because like we all work at the same place. It's the same people. Yeah. But like he was laughing back and forth with them.
Well, he should. Why is he wearing a rebel flag hat in the North?
It's a question.
It's cultural.
It's a question. I'm like, do you guys know this is the North? And then it's like, well, I have family I have family on that side.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't. You're just racist. Right. We know.
Right.
Some people, it's
being from the South though, like there has been there's been explanations where they're like, it is like a heritage thing, yada yada yada.
Heritage not hate or whatever. Yeah.
And when I hear people up here say that,
which is why I always keep my Nazi flag. It's heritage not hate. It's horrible. I mean, I understand it. I think a lot of it has to do with there are certain people who are just in general they're confrontationalists, or if you tell me I can't, then I'm gonna do it.
Well, the South is, I mean, there's a lot less like overt racism among like society, I feel like now in the South than up here sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was, I think, the black comedian, I want to keep saying black comedian, but Devon Shoemaker, very funny. We had him in Gas City. Great, very funny guy. And he was on the show with us last night, and he goes,
I think people are funnier.
I think it was him.
Just want to put that on record.
They were.
I can't agree with that because I'm not black, but okay. No, I'm just kidding. She just feels that.
Who was the guy that did the stand-up on the open mic? The one that was rapping about Burger King.
Oh, KJ Weaver. But I do want to say what I was saying about Devon real quick before we get into that. But KJ Weaver, very funny guy. He came to the open mic this last week. But Devon, he also came to the open mic this last week as well. And he I think it was either him or Dan West. One of those guys told me, and they're like, you want to know why this town isn't a sundown town? And I was like, why? And he's like, because it's a sun up town too. And I was like, God damn. I was like, and it's like that's a joke they can tell me. And I'm like, I would have never thought of a joke like that.
Yeah.
But Devon KJ Weaver came to the open mic this last week. Very funny guy. Did a whole like BK rapper, like Jay-Z type of thing. And
shit was fire.
Got you singing on stage.
And then I sang some R. Kelly. And I wanted to, I forgot to do it because like it's in the spur of the moment in between. And I'm like, I write jokes in between when I'm hosting so that first, it keeps me on my toes. Yeah. Second, it keeps their joke in people's mind. And then third, it's just fun to like piggyback off people's premises a little bit. But when I went up there, all I could think of is, R. Kelly and Jay-Z had best of both worlds. I meant to reference best of both worlds and being like, if you're going to do the Jay-Z thing, then I'm doing the R. Kelly. And I sang like Bump and Grind in the beginning of it and kind of got a little cheap like clap out of it.
You got a good, people were digging.
He has to take every chance that he can to sing on stage.
I never have.
Hey, Jordan, what are you talking about? Sing.
He's a crooner, yeah.
The closest I ever got was me doing Cupid.
You killed last night. What was the first song you did?
Creep, yeah. Creep.
Dude, you had the whole crowd rocking.
Yeah.
You didn't call me. You went to karaoke.
Well, we got that from the show.
It was back for so because we had to take Shelby's car. Yeah. I had to pick her up.
I thought you were over with Dan. That's what you're gonna do.
No. I like driving by myself. Like if I can drive or at least I say by myself, but Brian and I, if we can go by like. It's just one of those things where I would rather have my own escape route. That's like a problem I have with my kids. It's a control and OCD thing for me.
I want to be able to leave when I want to leave.
Yeah,
I will literally walk.
Baseballs.
And I had to. Shelby needed to get home from work, and I didn't want to make my grandma be here too, or the kid's grandma be here, my mom be here too long. So I was like, I want to get back. So we ended up driving her car. I had it looked at, and it was fine. We ended up driving her car, so I had to get back in time to pick her up from work because that's how she'd get back. So to me, it made way less sense for me to drive to my house. And then drive there and then drive back. You know what I mean? So I was like, we'll just go downtown. Brian caught an Uber home, hung out for a minute. We had a drink at the bar. I did a karaoke song. He left. But I said about 15 more minutes, did one more karaoke song, and then I had to like bounce real quick.
Yeah. I came out to say good job on that second song, and you were gone.
Well, we had talked a little bit because I came back to the kitchen. We ended up talking a little bit because like I heard
Creep from the kitchen. I was like, oh, that's definitely Jordan.
I did that one, and then I did Welcome to the Internet by Bo Burnham. And you need to go yet? Or you good? She here yet?
If we're gonna be wrapping it up in a minute, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's not much longer.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up before too long.
Dan Alton just sent me a message because he's in Florida now.
Hell yeah.
And he was like, he did a video or something of him and by the ocean saying something, and I was like, enjoy the sun, Danny boy, and he's like, appreciate y'all. He's like, I'm gonna send you a postcard. So
hell yeah,
should be getting a postcard from Dan.
I always feel like
I love Florida.
Here's a little inside stuff. I feel like none of these comedians like me. For real. Like, I don't know. There's a personality thing about me. It's Dan. Dan had like a thing where I feel like he was doing this thing to me, like kind of like doing, and then by the end, I felt good.
Yeah.
Like at the end of Harvest Fest, it felt like he and I were good. But for a while there was like an awkwardness because Brian does most of the talking to most of the comedians, like the booking and stuff.
He's like your PR
guy.
And
then they show up and they meet me and I'm like, hi, I'm the other guy. And they're like, you're not the guy. No, you're not the guy.
When in reality, it's turned around. Like I'll talk and stuff, but then when he's the one at the open mics that talks to the comedians more than I do. Like he's like after the show, he's around in a circle with them.
That's because he has like the dad,
the guy in charge.
Yes, you're and that
he's the CEO.
He has to be the one at open mic, corralling all that.
Just say I'm retarded. It's not that hard. I know where you're getting.
Hey Brian, we're gonna get you this. We're gonna get you this for the house, brother. We're gonna get you this for the house, okay? That's another Florida reference. In this house, we say gay.
And retarded.
No, I said that to Jessica and Annie.
I get it. You did good. To me, it comes down to like after the shows, I have to mingle a little bit because they do know you. They've seen you. You've gotten around a lot more in more than one way. No, but you get around a little bit, Tupac. And for me, on the other hand, I like have to meet all these people because I haven't got out of Kokomo. I mostly do like these last 2 shows that we've done, other than Harvest Fest. I've done every show in Kokomo, and that includes like the random veteran show a long time ago. Every show we've done, I don't leave town, and it's because I have 4 fucking kids. It's hard. I got to get grandmas, and then we never really have a reliable vehicle, so that's why I'm trying to get in this lease program at work because I'm like, I need a reliable vehicle I can leave town in.
Yeah.
But we don't do, and that's why one of the things Brian and I talked about when we ended up hooking up with Cooper's Pub, let's relate it back to that a little bit, and Jackie, and talking to you guys is having a home base where we can bring people to us.
Yeah.
It's been such a blessing for like we really
our
appreciate
goal since we started this, and you have given it. Like,
we really appreciate you so much for that.
Yeah. And you guys have like literally just uplifted my spirits. You probably more than you'll ever understand.
And that's kind of what it's a mutual thing.
Yeah, and kept things like fresh and fun for me and the staff. And
we've had people reach out to us about you guys, and we're always like hit them up because like you had Mush Mills come through and do her all white party,
and that has been such a blessing too.
And I told her, I pulled her aside. I was like, hey, don't say anything to Jackie, but she was like, hey, we need to get more black people in here. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
I straight up told her, I was like, dude, I was so excited when you
I knew you would. That's why I told her. I was like, I knew you would tell her because I'm like, but when she asked, where she was like, is there anywhere you guys know because you guys do shows, and we're like, Cooper's Pub, dude, hit her up, hit up Jackie,
and I get it, like. They want to know that they're going to be, it's all good there.
Yeah.
Wherever they go,
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about 2 shows we did in smaller towns that, like, there's not any black people there at all. So, Kokomo is a very diverse town. We have a very good mixture of people from everywhere. And, I mean, you've been living near or in Marion, so there's a nice black population there and a very, very multicultural group there. So, but, like, I love working with Coopers. We do every week we've been doing Meet the Comics there with Coopers, and people have been loving that.
Oh, yeah.
And last week we did have, this was a great picture that I snapped in the back of all the comics kind of getting ready to shoot it, and Courtney's tiny ass trying to shoot. I'm
so amazed with the organization of the line. See, Jordan, that would never happen. If it was Brian setting it up, it would have been a everybody would have just been standing there together like, hey, what's up?
It's wild because if it was either or, but like if it was me that was like just doing just say I was by myself doing the open mic, there wouldn't be music, there wouldn't be a fucking soundboard, there wouldn't be, there would just be one speaker
and one
speaker.
There'd be no cameras. It'd just be you with the mic.
The comedian would have to hold the speaker.
You'd have a karaoke speaker.
The production makes a show. Like the comedians obviously make a show too. But
you guys are like the perfect duo. Like
for that type of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, but we cannot forget like honestly, like one of the things that people talk about the most when they come to our shows is the fact that they get to leave with a quality photo of themselves on stage.
Yes.
And that's such a huge thing as a comedian myself, that you want to be able to promote yourself anytime you do a show, even open mic. So people were like, oh my God, you're a comedian? Cortni, dude, That's so important, and we fucking appreciate you so much for that.
Yay.
And like I said, in this photo, you see Cortni back there. You've taken over. Like this was an idea that I'd had because I'm like, we have such a great group of comedians that come from Muncie, Lafayette, Indianapolis. We've had guys come from all the way in Ohio, a guy from Illinois. Like people will travel to a good mic if they really think they're gonna be taken care of.
And they are. We're getting people from
photos,
further away.
There's audio, there's video. They get to come up to a song. It feels like a performance every time they go up. If you come from far away and you let me know, hey, I got a little bit more.
It's a production.
We'll put you it's a production, and that's something we talked about from the jump.
And it is so important.
If we want people to come to a small town. If we want people to come to a small town and want them to be excited about the mic, we have to make it bigger than a mic. And that's like from the jump we talked about and we made sure of it.
And everybody gets up there feels like it's like their time.
Yeah.
Like
they're
it's important.
It's
I love that I get to like facilitate the facility.
Yeah.
That's it's awesome. I was just telling
you're doing other stuff too. You have stuff all week.
I know.
Things
it's like you guys like Mondays you got trivia.
Brian kind of got a glimpse into my world.
I did.
Let's tell a little bit because I know we have to get you out of here soon. But Monday you have trivia.
Yes,
trivia night.
Handy Tunes Entertainment.
Come to Cooper's Pub. There's prize money and stuff.
Oh yeah,
right?
First, second, and third place prizes. Ryan's phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Great voice, great personality.
He does the karaoke on Saturdays.
He writes all the trivia. Yes, he writes all the trivia himself. He's legit.
Yeah. He just knows everything.
Yeah.
He's just he's got a
smart.
big brain.
Been one of my best friends since Jump. That's like my big brother.
Maybe. What do you guys do on Tuesdays? I know you guys
Tuesdays we have bingo. It's Extreme Bar Bingo. There's two progressive jackpots. One maxes out at $600. One maxes out at $15,000.
Oh shit.
So these are all kinds of bars pooling money. I don't want to say all kinds of bars because there's like I think 15 that we compete with.
Yeah.
But $15,000 is the max that the big jackpot will get to. Someone's got to win.
Yeah, and then what about Wednesdays? You do
Wednesdays game night
and an open mic, right?
We do open mic.
Hunter Wainscott.
The last Wednesday of every month is open mic for music.
Yeah. With Hunter Wainscott, right?
With Hunter Wainscott.
Sweet guy.
Yes,
Thursdays,
absolutely great
Thursdays,
guy.
Obviously, we got to throw it up there. The open mic with us, either on the patio, in the main room, and then hopefully sometime soon back down in the actual. What
basement.
Do we call it? What do we call it? The dungeon.
The comedy den.
The comedy den. That's what we were calling it.
Yep. We're awaiting a little bit of a remodel.
Yeah. What about Fridays? What do you guys do Fridays?
So Fridays we have a $10 fish fry. It used to be like our local music night. Or live music night. We kind of steered away from that, and just because there's so many live music things going on,
especially in the summer, it gets really bogged down. But you guys did have a psychedelic band on this Saturday. Yeah, you had hip hop on Friday.
Yep,
and then you guys have karaoke every Saturday night. Yep, starting at what 9 p.m.
Yep,
10 p.m.
9:30.
9:30.
It's not real big, but on Fridays you also do Dart League.
Yes, we do have a blind draw, which if you don't know what that is, you just put your name in, you pay $11, I think. They draw 2 names to make teams, so you could be with like an amateur dart player or a pro dart player, and we do have some pros that show up.
Hell yeah.
And there's lots of money to win in darts.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. You guys have things going on every single night. So if you come out to the open mic and you enjoy it and you're like, I love the food. The food's great and the drinks are great. And you get very knowledgeable staff, very friendly staff other than Sage. I had to throw that out.
I love her.
She's like, have your ID out. I'm like, that guy looks 65. What are you doing?
She hurts my feelings, but I love her.
Yeah, she is an OG.
You guys buried the hatchet, though. I was like, I brought them together and I was like, you guys and then you guys have been friendly ever since. So
yeah, Sage will hold it down.
Well, Cortni drew a dick. She cleaned off the thing, and then Cortni was like, haha, I'll draw a dick. And then Sage was like, I fucking hate you. And I was like, I gotta fix this now. It's just funny, man. She's a fucking firecracker.
She's a very big firecracker.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. She's also a farter cracker.
Hey, you know what? Sage will sell everything in that place.
Oh, yeah.
Given the opportunity.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what it is.
She's a hard ass worker.
If I tell her I got, a bunch of this or that we need to get rid of.
She's definitely on Coochie patrol.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
She does not mess around. She is in there on business.
Yeah.
Brian, you got to go yet?
I'm looking at the Colts.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm just making sure.
I'm ready. Yeah.
It's like whenever you got to. Are they here? Are you guys ready to go? Is she out there waiting on you?
I have I have the whip. I just.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and wrap this episode up. Seriously, check out Cooper's Pub. I'm going to say that one last time just so you guys don't forget. Cooper's Pub is very near and dear to us. I don't know why this isn't popping up. I'm going to pull it back out.
We're in downtown Kokomo. A lot of people still ask where we're located whenever I post stuff.
Yeah. Downtown Kokomo, 113 East Sycamore Street.
Sycamore.
I've been doing shows and doing stuff there at that facility for so long, and this is the best it's ever been. I will honestly say that. We did it with card shops and stuff, and we had fun little shows in there. But the fact that like I can walk in there almost any night, and there's something going on, and the staff's in there, and I get to say hi. It makes me super happy. I like having a place that I can walk into. It's like fucking Cheers in there for me now. You know, back in the day,
I didn't know.
You know, we've done things in places and you can feel a little uncomfortable. But the thing about Cooper's is you always feel comfortable as long as you're not doing anything. But I will say this, they'll kick you out if you have your pussy out on the patio. I'm just saying, don't bring your pussy out on the patio.
Yes, that is.
One of the funniest story. Can we say that real quick? Do you mind if we tell that story real quick?
Yeah.
So you guys were, yeah, you probably need to tell it a little bit.
I was there.
Yeah, what happened? What happened with this?
So you know the back bar area, the big windows.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ray and I are standing there talking about the upcoming whatever is going to happen that night, and I look over and there's a older white man taking some photos of this older black woman that was wearing a maxi dress, no bra, no panties. We learned very quickly after we started watching. He was taking pictures of her like model-esque, you know, she was doing all kinds of crazy poses, sat down in one of those like leaning chairs and leg kicked up, and Ray said, "Oh my God." And he goes, "Did you see that?" I said, "No, I didn't see anything." Well, he walked outside immediately and was like, "Hey, you know, what's going on? What are you guys doing? Are you," to make sure they were customers. Right. The patio's for, you know, paying customers.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, we're about to come in and order some drinks." Well, they came in, ordered drinks with Sage.
Okay, so of course.
Sage was very cordial. She knows Tuesdays are Ray's night anyways. So she went out to take their order, had to ask the lady like 2 times to close her legs because she was uncomfortable trying to take her order with the lady's vagina staring at her.
You did say the guy ordered clam chowder.
But so
was it the Fish Friday?
No,
no, it wasn't.
No, but I was walking from the back alley up, and I heard him saying that they were going to leave Sage a penny, and the guy said, "Yeah, that she probably did. She's too young. She probably wouldn't understand what that meant." Well, the next thing I know, the guy's inside trying to break a dime. He had a dime in his hand. He's like, "Can I get a nickel and 5 pennies?" And Sage was like, "Yeah, sure." I said, "No, we're not doing that." Well, Ray had heard kind of what was going on too. So Ray went out, and that's where the video cuts in.
A buddy of ours sent us a video.
Yes.
She was like, "I don't know what's going on." And I was like,
I went up to Sage. I was like, "Good job getting that girl." And she's like, and she said, "Yeah." She started telling me about it. I was like, "Yeah, I saw the video." She's like, "There's a video."
I know, right?
Yeah, of me and Ray.
Yeah, we call it the Sage and Beige video.
Yeah.
Sage and Beige.
I didn't see the video.
Oh, no, you didn't? Well, it's
It's kind of embarrassing. I kind of look Karen-y or sound Karen-y.
Well, you don't see you don't see anything. It's not like we're like taking videos of this lady naked.
The one guy had on a Marine Corps hat, and he was
turned into a veteran thing.
He was trying to use that at Ray, and so that upset me because both my parents are Marines, and they would never.
And it's like Eric's military, I'm military, Jordan Bell's military. We got a whole group of people that are military.
I don't like when people try to use military as
like a cop-out.
racist
like I can be an asshole because I was in the military.
Right.
Or actually, you're kicking out a veteran, and I'm like, no, I'm kicking out you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't kick out a veteran. I'm kicking out somebody who's being an asshole.
Right.
You can be a veteran and be an asshole. We know a lot of them. Some of them do comedy.
The best part of the whole thing was, though, I went out there because Ray's like, "I got it." He went out to tell him it was time for them to all leave. And he was using his most professional, like, voice, words, everything, until it got to when he had to address the fact that her vagina was showing. And he immediately was like, "And you're over here with your pussy out." And as soon as he said it, I was like, and didn't even hesitate. She was like, "Oh, well, it's my pussy." So it was like back and forth, and I'm just like, cringe. What are we doing? Why are you guys keep saying that so loud?
Stop screaming pussy.
The road is right there.
I promise if you go to Cooper's Pub, 99% of the time you won't see a pussy, okay? 99. There might be like 1%.
There's lots of
It's got to be 1% of pussy.
There's lots of nice asses, though.
Lots of nice asses. That's a fact.
Let me ask you a question and win on this. Had that been a very attractive young lady, would have Ray have said anything? No.
Absolutely. I would have.
One more thing before we end. We're going to end on this, I promise, Brian. But I do want to give a shout out to my homie Brian Allen West for getting the villain role in the new Sean and Smoke Canary Currency show that's going to be on Amazon Prime. So Brian Foster's going to be directing. Derek Flagger's going to be writing, as always, and it's going to be starring Christian Taylor and what's the other guy's name? I always forget his name. Smoke. Sean and Smoke. Gosh, I'm horrible.
Daddy's in it too.
Yeah, but who's in it?
Daddy.
Who's Daddy? Oh, well, man.
I
guess I'm in it. Fucking every time he does it. I just made a reference to him and you didn't even notice, and then you want to fucking bring him up. Anyway, this has been the Kokomo Press Podcast. Make sure you patronize Cooper's Pub. Without Jackie, most of what we're doing right now would not happen. So if you enjoy what we do, if you're like the fact that you can come out to a show or a festival or anything, or like that you can randomly show up in Gas City or Dunkirk and see us do stuff, a lot of that can be given credit to Jackie for helping us out, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming on. I'm Jordan Grainger.
Cortni Richardson.
Brian Winston.
And then Jackie Paige. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'm watching kisses. Thank you for watching the Kokomo Press Podcast. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share, and tell all your friends about it, because when people know about us, we get to continue to bring new, great, exciting things to you. And if you really want to support us, you can actually go on to Facebook and you can become an official subscriber. It's only $4.99 a month, and you get a lot of access to us. You get to tell us good jokes, tell us all the things you want to, and you're going to get access to new videos, merch, all kinds of things. And if you just want to support us in another way, maybe wear a shirt, wear a hat, something like that, check out kokomopress.shop. It's a brand new store we have set up. It's got all our merchandise needs. It's going to have limited run t-shirts, limited run hats. Go check it out right now. Thank you so much for hanging out with the Kokomo Press on the Kokomo Press Podcast. See you soon. 2 kisses.